Key to Sea here, and today we're boating because after all, we live in a harbor town and boating is a big part of our community. Because we're on a harbor town, we don't just have one singular coastline. We have a ton of inlets and bays, and so we have lots and lots of boating. Lots of people live on the water. We are two side-by-side peninsulas, so it allows for a lot more things to do on the water.
As you boat around the Puget Sound, especially around Gig Harbor, there's a lot of options for moorage. There's private docks everywhere. There's temporary moorage. There's public moorage.
Yeah.
There's buoys in the national parks. There's just tons of options. They make it really easy for boaters because there's so many different types of boaters out there in our area.
And there's moorage right here down in the harbor.
Yeah.
But there's some rules about where you can drop your anchor and where not to. So make sure you pay attention to those.
Little known fact.
Our harbor is divided by a line right down the middle. One side is Gig Harbor and the other side is Pierce County. So you're not allowed to anchor on the Gig Harbor side, only on the Pierce County side. So you'll see a line of buoys right down the middle. Also, if you want to get gas, there's none in the harbor, which kind of keeps boat traffic down. It's kind of nice. But you need to go across to Tacoma. So Point Defiance has gas, Narrows Marina has gas, and there are other options in Foss Waterway. There's two more gas stations, about a 20-minute haul down that way for more gas.
And then there are a couple of gas stations on land that do sell marine fuel. So that's helpful too if you are one of those day crafters where you're launching day to day.
Yeah, within the harbor, yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite things to do by boat in the harbor is to go get some food, get some drinks. There's so many spots here. We have Anthony's. Tides, of course, is a fabulous place to tie up. It's in Boathouse 19. We've got what used to be Al's, is now Olalla Bay Market. Now, you will have to drop your anchor and take a dinghy in, but it's really cool and recently opened, and we love supporting them because they have made a wonderful destination out of an old-time spot. So
don't forget Island View.
Island View Market is also it's the bottom level of a mini mart where you can get that gas that you need for your boat, but it's been turned into a wine and beer tasting room, and it's a fun spot. And you don't really know it's there unless you stumble upon it. So it's a secret.
Fun.
It's a secret. We
Plus
love it.
Kids love it. My kids call it candy store.
Yes.
Go upstairs and get the little candies.
And downstairs is Mom and Dad's candy store.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And all of that you just talked about is so close in, but I mean, we're not even going to really touch on, you can go across to Tacoma. There's dozens of places to go to eat. You can go to Olympia, Seattle. There's a lot of close, cool destinations to do the same thing as well.
We most definitely need to talk about water activities on boats because that is a big part of the summer day-to-day around here. We have produced a couple of professional wakeboarders, semi-professional wakeboarders, so we get a lot of that.
Professional rower, Nevin Harris. She's national champion and Olympian.
Yes.
Olympic champ out of Gig Harbor.
Pretty amazing. Then there's also personal watercraft, lots of sea doing. I've recently seen some hydrofoiling.
Yes,
that's pretty fun to watch.
That's getting popular.
Yes, it is.
And we have some wonderful kids programs, as you can see, sailing camps, and then there's Gig Harbor Canoe and Kayak Team, which is actually nationally renowned. And there's a lot of collegiate rowers that have come out of that program, so it's pretty sweet.
It is pretty great. We have a fun Dead Man's Island place to go, so a lot of people will pull their boats up on there and do like beach starts or water skiing. We have, as I mentioned previously, we have some bays that stay really warm, so we get some people will set up water ski courses. Lots of fun, lots of activities.
Horsehead Bay is super popular, and it is kind of like a lake on salt water as far as water sports and community goes. So there's just so much variety to our waterfront.
Jet ski clubs.
Are you in a jet ski club?
I wish. I need a jet ski really bad. But I see them go by.
A jet ski.
Yeah.
There really are though. There's one that is the vintage jet skis.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. You see them running around.
All right, next video, CJ's on one of those.
Okay, perfect.
I'm in. We haven't mentioned yet that there is sport fishing, commercial fishing. So Gig Harbor is just a huge fishing scene. There's still a large fleet of boats that still go up to Alaska and fish for salmon. There's gooey ducking. There's just all sorts of fishing.
Those are ugly.
Crabbing.
They're not the best animals to look at.
They're delicious though.
But they taste good. And if you don't own a boat or have access to a boat, there are some really wonderful rental companies down here in town. So you can go to Lee's stand-up paddleboard and rent a paddleboard. The Gig Harbor Fly Shop has really cool rentables.
SUPs.
SUPs. Yeah, so there's options that way too. Or you can just hop on a gondola and enjoy a ride around the harbor and let someone sing for you.
Definitely a different kind of boat around here.
Yes, it is.
Especially from Italy.
Yes.
Wooden gondola. gondola. It's
Yes.
pretty amazing.
Yes.
And then there's also Freedom Boat Club over in Tacoma, where you can literally just rent a pontoon boat for the day, or a ski boat for the
Yep,
day,
yep.
or a sleep-aboard. So that's a really fun option too.
So there's a couple other fun things to do by boat, by water. You can float right on up to Jurassic Park and catch one of the Tuesday night summer concerts. If you're at the park and you look out to the water, it is just nothing but boats and people having a great time. And there's also the Blessing of the Fleet and our Maritime Days, which happen in early June. Very boat-centric. Yeah, very
And
much.
come wintertime, it doesn't really die around here. There's
No.
people put their biminis up and they're out. There's the Christmas boat parade where everyone puts lighting on their boats and goes around the harbor. And then there's also fall fishing,
Yeah.
commercial fall fishing.
Yeah.
Everyone's still going to tides during the winter, so it's still totally a fun place to be in the wintertime too.
And there's even some people that live on their boats. They will go down and winter in Palm Springs or somewhere down south, and then they'll come up here in the summer and live aboard their boats. So that's why we have all this wonderful moorage around here. So there really is a little bit of something for everybody.
All year long.
We love boating, obviously. If you have questions about boats or about boating in the harbor, leave a comment below and we would love to help you out. And
You could subscribe to our channel if you want.
Yes.
And like.
subscribe to our page. Have a great day and we'll see you next time.
Sure does.
Boom.
God, we're good. God, we are good.
Whoa, how did we pull that out? I was brain dead this morning.
And we're done with that
I
one.
think that could have been better though.
Oh, it's not.
I
We
had
gotta
some
go.
really good nods on that one.